Hello everyone and welcome back to AdoraHack. My name is Adora and in today's video we're going to be talking about how to strategically find a job, search for and find a job, apply for a role and then possibly get an offer for the job that you apply for. And in this video, I'm not the only one going to be talking today. This video is basically going to be divided in two parts. So I have a guest that will be sharing tips on how to strategically find these jobs, and at the end, after he's done, I asked you people to send me your questions and you did. So there's going to be like a Q&A on this topic. I got a lot of questions and I'm going to be answering those as well after. So stick around if you want to be a part of this video. Also, I would recommend, I've done a video that's kind of similar to this one before and you can go and check that out. I'm going to have it linked in the description. I'm also going to have it linked somewhere in this video. But I was basically just targeting entry-level developers, newbies, basically how to find your first job and apply to that. But this one is more broad. It's for many people. It's for everybody else. And this is because some people be applying for jobs that they have no business applying for. Do you get what I mean? Like, if it's like they've said that this role is a JavaScript role, primarily a front-end role, you're a data scientist. And why? Do you get? Also, or it's a back-end role and maybe it's like a much more senior role and they are looking for like a lead, someone that's probably managed a team before and then you haven't. Yeah, sometimes it's good to shoot your shots, it's good to always shoot that shot above where you currently are, what you're currently doing, because that's how you move forward. But sometimes it's also important to shoot a sensible shot. I'm going to give an example. This is totally outrageous, by the way. It's funny, but it actually happened. I'm serious, it did happen. So I have a friend that was hiring engineers for their team. I think a few months ago, like 3 or 4 months ago, I'm not sure. And this person is like, I'm hiring engineers, blah blah blah, right? And then a lot of people applied. Normal. People that had no business applying. I'm going to give you an example of this person. That the job description says you have 3+ years relevant experience in the field. Hiring a backend engineer who is proficient in Ruby or Node.js. And you're coming with your frozen fish experience. This thing actually busted my head for real, you guys. This person applied for the role. This person, and it was so funny because if you check the person's experience, even in their CV that they sent, right, you'd see that the person said that they have 3+ years experience managing a frozen goods, frozen fish shop, and then experience loads. Excuse me, 1 sec. Let me check for this thing. Oh no need, it's too far. Said experience loading frozen fish into purchasing of frozen goods, loading of frozen goods into storage. That's the experience. So, and you applied for a 3+ years backend role with Node.js or Ruby. Why are you there? Why are you actually there? You guys, what does frozen fish have to do with building applications? Where's the similarity, right? And this, in Nigeria, this happens a lot, right? Anybody just sees experience and then they jump at it. They don't care what kind of experience. They don't want to know whether it's relevant or irrelevant. It's just, oh, I can work. If it's work, I can work. Any work, sir, I can do it. I can learn on the job. Please, I need the money. Excuse me. No, never. Like, zero. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to search for jobs that are relevant to you, relevant to your career goals as an individual, and then how to apply for those jobs that you search for, and how to possibly apply in such a way that you get the offer. And if you're new to this channel, what we do here is show love. Please make sure that you subscribe if you're new to this channel. If this is your first time, you're very welcome. Please make sure that you subscribe. If you also want to see more videos like this, want to see me talk about more of all this finding jobs, career related videos, leave a comment below so that I know, and then I do more videos like this as well. Like I keep saying, please make sure that you like, you comment, and you make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you comment and make sure you subscribe so that the channel grows, and I'm also a lot more motivated to shoot more of these videos for you guys. So before I get into the Q&A, I'm going to play a clip of Favour's own bits of this video where he talks about the things that I've talked about, like finding jobs and applying properly and being able to like pace yourself, and so that you can do things right in the whole application and the job search and all of that. So let's get right into his own video.
Hi, so just going to show you how to search for and apply to tech roles. This is a process I've been through myself. I've also had my friends and mentees try out, and it works. So it's a very straightforward process. I'll just walk you through everything you need to do to pull this off. So let's get into it. The first step here is searching for a job and understanding the hierarchy. By hierarchy, I mean requirements. You need to know what you're looking for. Then I'll show you how to apply and how to follow up during the process. All right, so places to look. There's simply places to look for jobs, but like this is a case study of someone who is looking to land a JavaScript role. Let's use me. I am a full stack JavaScript developer. I'm looking to land a JavaScript role, and it is good that I'm full stack because I can apply for front end roles alone, and back end roles alone, or full stack roles. So let's use me for now and say I'm looking for a JavaScript position. So I'll pretty much narrow my search to focus on JavaScript roles alone. So there are places you can find these roles. You can check on you work remotely. You get to see every role here, but you can pretty much search for just JS role if you want. There is JS remotely. This is just for JavaScript roles alone. There is remote OK. Every role is here where you can pretty much search for JavaScript roles. So let's get into it. So this is JS remotely. I'm looking to land a full stack or just any JavaScript role because I'm a JS developer. Let me just do a quick search and see where I can find. So there is senior JavaScript developer, there's front end, there is front end. Now, the first thing to look out for is the posted date, the date it posted this thing. Now, this was done 11 days ago. And just so you know, there are millions of people doing this thing that you're doing. So first thing you need to know is it is a very intentional process. You need to stand out during the process. So the longer this thing stays out there, the lower your chances of getting the job. This was done 11 days ago. It is not bad. You can apply for it. But if you can find newer ones first before doing these ones, that would be great. Like the ones for 2 months ago, this is probably closed by now. Just an hour ago, yeah, this is something you want to shoot for right away. Like 10 hours ago, yeah, this is pretty cool. So let's pick something here and go for it. Let's see. So Top Flight Apps is looking to hire a React developer, and that was 2 days ago. Now let me look for something most recent, something very recent. Let's see, yeah, senior Node or serverless or DynamoDB developer, remote. Now they're looking for someone who knows Node.js and can build serverless apps. This is the DB they're using, and it's remote. Now they've not indicated location. They're like it's remote, so on the default it is open to anybody in the world. But let's check somewhere else and look for how these things are placed. JavaScript. Let's keep going. Yeah, this is PLC. It is saying remote, 100% remote anywhere. This is let me just dive off a little bit. You are seeing this company, Streamline Retail. They want an e-commerce front-end developer plus designer, and it is saying full-time US only. If you are in Nigeria, you have no freaking business applying to this thing. Just so you don't tell me how you apply to this role and are discriminating against Nigerians. Nope. It is saying USA alone. So don't even apply to it. Leave it alone. Go to the ones that are saying 100% remote and it's global, 100% remote anywhere. Once they put like a boundary, don't even shoot for it if you're not there. Like that's one key factor. You could match all their tech stack, but then the fact that you're not in the current location they need to be in, they would basically disqualify you. You don't put yourself in that position. So yeah, let's go for the ones we know we are eligible to apply for. Let us just look for something else. This is we work remote. Let me try somewhere else. Um, JavaScript. This is interesting. These are new roles. This was posted 13 days ago, 22 days, a long time ago, 1 month ago. I don't see anything recent here. So you want to shoot for the most recent jobs first before you start applying to older ones if they exist. And I'll show you how to check if they exist or not. I saw one yesterday. I can't find it again, but let me try. Let me try to say something. 1 second. I'm trying to get one. I can't really see it yet. Okay, let's just go for this, guys. This, nah, something more recent than that. So yeah, these guys are looking to hire a senior node slash serverless slash DynamoDB developer. First, are you senior? Do you know Node? Do you know, even if you know Node, have you built serverless apps before? This is not a time to start learning serverless. You can't even try. Don't even do that. Have you worked with this thing before the way it is here? Because they're saying it's senior, so you have to have an experience doing this thing. If you feel like you already know it, keep reading. Like I said before, you need to find the job, and the next step is to understand the RAQ. So read through this. Most important, you need to have expert knowledge of Node.js and TypeScript. Cool. You could do regular Node.js and JavaScript. That's not what they're looking for. JavaScript, they're looking for Node.js and TypeScript. Solid experience using AWS Lambda. This is the framework for serverless. They are their preferred. They have other ones they use, but this is something they are indicating that they use themselves. Don't if you have any experience with another one that's not really related, just go for what they're looking for. Solid NoSQL database, including database design. So if you have an experience doing MongoDB and the rest, you're good. Unit testing, experience building RESTful. Like, do you like read through this thing and see, ask yourself, and be really honest. Like, do you know this thing? Nice to have if you have. This is the nice to have. Like, this is not a priority. Like, this is just yeah, it's cool if you have this, but this is the main stuff. Personal, you need to be independent. You need to like perks. Cool. This is where you basically check if you'd like to work for this company if they offer a good deal for you, and yeah, you can pretty much look at this, and if it's cool for you, then go back to this again and ensure that you have what they need before you start applying. The company name is called the X Team, and just remotely provides a way to apply. But then there are millions of people applying to this role, and it's going to be true Stack Overflow. Like look down here. But then let's try to see if we can get a direct application to the X Team. So we're looking for X Team. Let's see who they are. So X Team is more they outsourced developers, I think. So pretty much check to see if they have their own in-house way of applying. Or to go for something better. Like I don't like how this one is. This is an outsourcing company. I'm looking for a company that's looking to hire someone in-house. Let's go to careers. So it is usually on that company about careers. I don't really see anything here. And let's look for a different company. Let's go for a straight company looking to hire an engineer in-house. And I'll quickly wrap up. Let's just do JavaScript. So yeah, so this is saying they're looking for a JavaScript backend JS remote 4 days ago in Last Call Media. So check that and see. Now it is remote. They didn't really specify location, so you're good. Company name is Last Call Media. So first thing you need to do is go stalk this company. You can even call it stalking. Go read about them. Find out what they do. Stalk their CTOs and CEO because you're going to be working with them. So it is a company. What they do is they do creative design, user experience, and the rest. So yeah, get to know them, read about them, find out where they are. There is always an about button or about page somewhere. Who we are. This is what you're looking for. So yeah, they tell you everything you need to know about them. You don't want to go for an interview or you don't want to apply for a company you know nothing about because you're looking for money. Nope, has to be very intentional. Um, we enjoy work with purpose. We build this and that. Pretty much look for careers. Is supposed to have something. Yeah, this is it here. Now, if you're looking to hire, you should be able to see the roles on their site. The only reason I use all these sites is just that is more like a place to go see every possible role on the internet, right? But I don't really like applying from here. I like going to the company straight and applying to the company straight. Now, I've seen, I got to know about last company through them, and my job is done with them. I don't really have to use them again. Now I'm here, and these guys are hiring. So yeah, let's click on this. We're hiring. Um, List of current openings, and you want to see what they have. And it's also possible that you see a role posted here and here, and then you go to the site, I don't see it. In that case, it is closed. That's pretty much it. So in engineering, they're looking to hire a backend JS developer, which is open. They have, okay, cool. The role is this. You need to read and understand this. They're looking for JavaScript, TypeScript, Cypress, backend framework as Cola and the rest. For front, they're looking for React or Vue or how do you pronounce this? Damn it, leave it, forget it. So yeah, looking to this is what you're gonna be doing. So pretty much you are in phase two. You've seen the job. Phase two is understanding what they need from you first. Do you have it? Like you don't want to like start casting from the very beginning. If it's saying remote, you're good. Like check that box and you're good to go. So now it is time to understand the technical requirements, see if you match, and then if you feel like you are comfortable with everything you've seen here, take your time to do it. Like there's no rush. And that is why I have a table here where I always organize my job posts. I always like to search for the jobs first and then come back later to apply. I don't really apply straight away. I organize my resume, get a list of all the jobs I want to apply to, and apply to them one after the other. It takes weeks and months. It depends. It all depends on you. But I don't feel like it is a process you need to rush. Take your time. So now apply now. Straightforward. It is all here. Like just do this and then it wants your resume, it wants your info, it wants your previous work experience, employer, and the rest, education. Some people don't really care; they just collect it. Don't really care about this. So if you have any, if you don't have any solid educational background, you can still apply because it is not really required. You can see that this ones are required, but this one is not really required. They want a cover letter. Write a cover letter. Some people are fond of applying. You're like you see cover letter, you're still uploading resume to this. This is a cover letter. It doesn't say resume, so shoot a cover letter here. Tell them why you feel like it is a good position for you, why you would like to work for them. Of course, you have all this info up here. You already know what they're doing. Do you like what they're doing? Tell them how you've been building with these tools. You like building for the future. You like building to make life easier for people. Tell them stuff and tell them it has to be in line with what they're looking for, pretty much. And then once you can apply, um, you're good to go. Now, what I always do is if there is a Teams page, I would go look a team page. I'll go check out to see the people I'll be working with in the future. I'll go search for the CTO and stalk them on Twitter or LinkedIn. And sometimes I can send them a DM and say, hey, I like this role you guys are posting. I'd like to apply for it. There's so many ways to do this thing. It's all vibes pretty much. But like there are steps. After the steps, we can run on vibes. The step is searching, understanding the IAQ, then applying. After applying, if you believe in luck, cool. If you believe in whatever you believe in, cool. Follow up after a few days of not hearing back, and then just keep doing it. And I'm saying this assuming that you know what you're doing. You don't. This is not a miracle center. Like you need to know. If you're applying for Node, you need to know Node.js, right? You don't want to start learning Node the same day you apply for Node, all right? So that's pretty much the process. If you have any questions, feel free to drop it below the video. That's in the post. I'll come back occasionally to reply to you guys, and then keep it going. Thanks for watching and enjoy. Have a great week.
Okay, so we are back to me. I don't know if you like seeing my face, but I like seeing it. And I hope that, you were able to pick a few things from what Favour had said. I think that he said a lot of amazing things. And what he also did, where he showed you some websites that you can actually go to look for jobs, is something that I think is really amazing. Also, if you would want me to do a detailed video addressing websites where you can go and find part-time jobs, remote full-time jobs, jobs in general, leave a comment below telling me that you want to do that, or rather leave a comment below telling me that you want me to do that so that I can go ahead and make that video, because I would want to be sure that it's a video that y'all want before I go and make it, because I wouldn't want to waste my time and waste your data shooting a video that you don't want, right? We wouldn't want that. So it's straight into the Q&A. Before this Q&A, if you're still here, please make sure that if you have not subscribed, just mistakenly fall on that subscribe button and put your hand there. You get what I mean? So let's do that. Also, make sure that if you haven't liked this video at this point, and if you like it, please make sure you give it a thumbs up as well. And if the video has been helpful to you, you can just scroll down and leave a comment below just saying how you feel. Or you can leave a comment as helpful, right? If the video has been helpful to you, leave a comment below as helpful. If you have any questions, make sure that you leave these questions in the comments, because I will be here to answer your questions, and so will Favour. So if you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments and we will be happy to address them. So straight into the Q&A now. Okay, so the first question. Hi Adora, thank you so much for working with Favour on a video for us. My questions goes thus. Apparently there are 2 questions. How do we newbies utilize the chance to get jobs with companies demanding for some back-end knowledge? I think this question is quite vague. I don't know. I feel like if a company is demanding for back-end knowledge, you're going to be doing some stuff on the back end. So if you're asking this question as a newbie front-end developer, then I cannot help you, except you're trying to be full stack. If a company is demanding for back-end knowledge and you're not a back-end engineer, then leave the job alone. It's not for you. But if you're full stack and you're a newbie, and you're a newbie that is training yourself towards being full stack, then look for entry-level full stack roles and apply to them. Look for entry-level back-end roles and apply to them. But if you're a front-end dev and you see a company demanding for back-end knowledge, it's not your role. It's not your job. Don't apply for it. I don't have a personal CV except the Indeed.com CV, and I used it for most of the jobs I applied for. Does that count as a CV too, or I need a new one not related to them? Or please, any CV recommendation sites will also be helpful. Thanks. About the CV conversation, I mean, if you are going to apply for a job, if you're going to apply for multiple jobs, you might have to tweak your CV, just a little bit to suit what the company actually wants in that time. You don't want your CV to just be like one, your resume to just be like one, and you have that one template and you're just sharing it to everybody, because there's a chance that it might not really fit. Like, for example, you're a back-end person, right? And you have experience building with Node, Ruby, and C#. And then you see a .NET opening that you want to apply for, right? Node shouldn't be, maybe your normal CV, Node is the first experience or the first technology on your list. But for that particular CV, you should make it C#, because it's a .NET role. Do you get what I mean? And then you can make Node your second and Ruby your third, whatever you want. But I'm not saying that your CV has to drastically change, but you might need to make like minor tweaks to your CV here and there. This is also something that a lot of you are interested in. If you want me to do it, I think there's so many videos already about drafting a good CV to get a job as a professional. Let me not even say as a software engineer, as a professional. But if you want me to do a video addressing this as well, please leave a comment, let me know, because if I try and go into this question so much, I won't be able. This video will either be too long or I won't address it in detail. So I think you should have your own, you should have a CV, your own personal resume, apart from whatever it is that you currently have on Indeed, which you should still keep. because depending on whatever job you're applying for, you might have to tweak things, here and there once in a while. CV recommendation sites, I actually do not know of any off the top of my head, because I drafted out my resume by myself with the help of a friend. Or rather, I drafted out the resume myself, and then my friend went through it and gave some advice and made a few corrections here and there. But that was pretty much it from me. And I could share those CV tips if you would like that in a different video. And if you want that, like I said, leave a comment. So the next question: hello, can you talk about what should and shouldn't be on your CV? What should and shouldn't be on your cover letter? You know what? I'm gonna make a different video addressing CVs and cover letters for software engineers, and I'm going to have that video up soon. And in that video, I'm going to address this thing that you asked, because I feel like if I go into this in this video, I won't be able to cover as much as I would like. But I would just say relevant things in your CV should be your past education, your past experience, volunteer experience if you have any, highlight your skills, properly, pay attention to the most important things, and also to the things that the company considers important. Because like I said, your CV might take different forms depending on the different companies you're applying to. But I mean, it doesn't mean that it's because you want to apply for a front-end role, even if you don't have React experience, you're not going to create CV that shows that you have been doing React for 2 years. That's not what I'm saying. But basically, depending on the company you're applying to, your CV could, take a few different forms, same content, but just structured in different ways, just so that it's more whoever goes through your CV in that time in that company finds it captivating and wants to take a second look at it after the first time. What should be in your cover letter? Past experience, your values as a person, the values of the company and how they align with your own values, and how you feel you can add value to them. I think I've said value 4 times, but I hope what I've said makes sense. Importance of a cover letter when applying for a job. I think it's important. How important, I can't really say, but I know that it's important. And if you're applying for a job and there is a space or a field for cover letter, it's not going to hurt anybody, right? Put it. When is the right time to start applying for roles? Once you've had a few projects that you've built and you feel that you are ready to start applying for roles, you can start applying for internships, or you can start you could put your leg into your first full-time software engineering role. It really depends on you and what your goals are and what you're trying to achieve. It's not really cast in stone. Anything you want, it's fine, really. So whenever you're ready, go for it. That's what I'm gonna say. Whenever you think you're ready, probably because you have built a few projects, you have a portfolio. At least, yes, you're going to be learning. You're going to learn every day, but at least you can now build something. You can start applying for internships or entry level, software developer, software engineering roles at that time. I mean, why wait? So someone just DM'd me the tweet and did not even send question. I don't get. Okay, someone says, hi, I learned Python on my own and I am very much comfortable with it. However, most job opportunities are looking for senior level or 2 to 3 years of experience. It seems like I may not get a job. My plea is that the video should cover people like us who have no working experience to apply for jobs like that. How do we get about that? What ways will be better for us to get job openings? I've made a video exactly for you a few months ago, and I'm going to link that video again in this video. Please look out for it and click on it so that you can watch it when you're done watching this. That's one thing I'll tell you. Another thing I'll tell you is that junior level roles do exist. You might just need to look a bit deeper, but you would find them. Somebody said, do GitHub contributions really matter in a job? I think they do. Nowadays, there are a lot of hiring managers, engineering managers that will tell you that if they look at your GitHub commit log, right, and they see that you contribute to open source regularly, maybe you even contributed to Kubernetes before, you've contributed to .NET before, you've contributed to React before, you've contributed to VS Code before, nobody now needs to be doing what they call it, phone test with you to be sure whether you understand software engineering things. Like, it's obvious that you're a software engineer. So there's some people that will tell you that if they see your GitHub commit log, they're fine. They can actually move on to the next stage with you. So I would say GitHub contributions are important. They're also important when you're actually not applying for jobs, when it's more like this person recommended me type situation. They also come in handy as well. So I think they're important. And if you know someone that contributes to open source in 2020, why? Help me. I need to bring my ear closer and help me. Just, you can whisper. Just let me whisper, because I need to know why exactly you're not contributing to open source in 2020. In 2020. Good morning. I wanted to ask, as a student, is it advisable to job search? As a student, it's advisable to do anything you want because you're a student. Do you get? But it depends on how much you can take and how you're able to balance it. Me, when I was a student, I was working, right? But there's some people that are students, the only thing they can face in that time is the book you're supposed to be facing because of being able to multitask and how difficult it is. So if you're not that person, then don't even try, don't bother. Do you get what I mean? But for me, it worked out, and if you feel like it can work out for you as well, then honestly, why not? Freelance gigs, remote opportunities, different things. If I feel like I did it as a student because I didn't want to come out with 0 years experience. Do you get what I mean? So as a student, I started as a freelancer, and then when I did my internship, I made sure that I did not leave, like the compulsory school internship that you do in computer science. I made sure that after my 6 months, I did not quit, so I was still there. So when I graduated, I already had like a few things going on for me because I didn't want to graduate and like start from scratch in this Nigeria that unemployment day. Hello. So yeah, definitely I would advise that, but you also need to put into consideration whether it's something that you can handle or not. You don't want to, be juggling jobs with school and then you're not doing well in school, or you're not doing the job well and it just makes your employer fire you or something. You don't want that. So you need to clean your house first before you go and invite more people in. What would you advise someone switching careers from a totally different field into tech? How would you advise from a totally different field into tech? Switching careers from a different field into tech in Nigeria. I have a video for that. It's becoming from a newbie to a software engineer in 4 phases. I'm going to link that here so you can check that out. How would you advise people in this situation to structure their CV? I'm going to do a different CV video and I'm going to share that when I do that. So because this CV thing has come up like 5 times now, so I will probably be doing that video and I would answer all these questions in that video. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. If you liked it, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up as well. If you're not subscribed to me and you watched this video to this point, you probably don't like me. So please like me and subscribe, okay? Also, yes, I think I said a lot in this video, and as a result of this Q&A, I'm going to be doing another video where I will be talking about your CV, your resume as a software developer, as a software engineer. So watch out for that video coming soon. Please make sure that you share this video with as many people as possible. Make sure that you like this video. Make sure that you subscribe to me. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.